So there hasn't been too much to be excited about in Yankee world for the last couple of days, but we did get a breath of a little bit of good news today, and that's Luis Hill is back. He's scheduled to pitch on Wednesday to follow Gerrit Cole, who's pitching tomorrow against the Blue Jays. So Hill against the Blue Jays on Wednesday. So that's one batch of good news and shows that and I'm hoping that this is going to be, and this is something that Boone mentioned recently, Aaron Boone, that he's considering a six-man rotation, and when you infuse, Hill in there now, it helps to stretch out guys. It helps to give Taillon an extra day rest, Cole an extra day rest, and so on. With Taillon, his innings at about 150 right now, and having not pitched in 2 years, after getting his second Tommy John, this is it could be a good thing for him. Even though he pitched extremely well yesterday, 7 innings, 3 runs and stuff. So he still has it, but he's looked like he's been getting tired recently. So an extra day rest in the rotation can't hurt him, and so I'm encouraged by that news. Now, I'm hoping that the corresponding move, who knows? They might DFA Andrew Heaney. They might send down Brooks Kriske. I don't know what they're going to do yet because it hasn't happened officially, but it'll happen likely tomorrow or Wednesday morning. It's just a corresponding move, but that's probably going to be the likely thing. And he's one of my 2 guys that I thought should be called up with the roster expansion. The other guy being Greg Allen, and I think right now the Yankees could use a table setter. With the guys just reeling, a lot of the lineup just being way inconsistent and missing consistency, missing all types of versatility. Tyler Wade's actually played better than a lot of these guys, even though we've had some hot dudes, and I know we have guys that are going to be putting up big numbers, but Gallo, ice cold, striking out way too much. I do think he'll have a better year next year, but with a full season and 81 games in Yankee Stadium, and just he's going through the pressure right now. He's clearly reeling and putting too much pressure on himself, and I get it. It's and I said this before. People that are acquired by the Yankees at the deadline tend to have a better year the following year, if they're still here, and I think that'll apply to Gallo. Judge is ice cold. Stanton's ice cold. So it's not only Gallo. It's across the board, with the exception of 2 days ago that his big home run game, his 2 home run game, 6 RBI game. Gary Sanchez has been ice cold. So. DJ hasn't been, as consistent, even though he's getting some more hits recently. He's not the DJ of the last 2 years. So there's a lot of inconsistent pieces to the lineup, which is why I kept saying Greg Allen should be called up because, he does a lot of the little things. Well, number one, he switch hits, he runs the bases well, makes the routine plays well, but can also give the lineup some more versatility. So they're not batting Gallo second. To me, DJ should be this number 2 batter on the team, and you can lead off Greg Allen. So. That's what I would do right now to kind of shake up the lineup a little bit, and you move Gallo down, or you give him a day off. He has to have a day off every week or 10 days, just like Judge and Stanton do, and that's why you have guys like Greg Allen. That's why you have Esteban Flores. That's why you have Tyler Wade to give these guys opportunities. So you play them, and again, we can't just rely on Luke Voit, and having him pinch hit after sitting a bunch of games and expecting him to contribute. It's just not realistic. He needs regular playing time too. So these things are all kind of predicated upon working together here. But the good news of the day is Luis Hill is back. Now, I think it could be a showcase to see whether he's going to make the postseason roster on a starter or reliever. But, with guys down, Darren O'Day's out for the year. Britton's out for the year. Lasagna's hurt now. So we're down quite a few important relievers. Even though Britton and O'Day weren't great this year anyway, they were still veteran relievers, and Britton has been dominant for the 3 or 4 years that he's been here, with the exception of this year, obviously. But that's why if Severino gets an opportunity to come back, he's got to go to the bullpen. If Clark Schmidt has an opportunity to come back, he's got to go to the bullpen. None of those guys should be put in the rotation and not mess with the dynamic that these guys have right now. And that's just my opinion. But the more depth in the bullpen, the more guys that can throw long relief, the better right now in the bullpen, to take the load off of some of these guys, because it's pretty clear that some of them don't do that well playing multiple days in a row, having pitched multiple days in a row. So, and some of them do, some of them don't. But we need to add some more bullet throwers in the bullpen right now if they're going to have any way of navigating the postseason. And we don't know yet. They're losing their grip on the postseason right now. So, and they need to wake up. And we can't always depend on Cole to stop losing streaks. We need these other guys to step up, and that's the problem the Yankees had this year. When the pitching goes, the offense sucks. When the offense is good, the pitching sucks. It's very rare that they've kind of put it together for a consistent stretch both at the same time, and they need to do that. So there are obviously some changes that need to be made this offseason, but that'll happen in the offseason. But right now, Luis Gil back could be a shot in the arm of the rotation, which could be a good thing. And he's got poise, he's got command, he has a big arm, so I'm hoping that he comes up and contributes. I'm not expecting him to give up no runs ever again for the rest of the season, but if he puts his team in a position to win, then we'll be okay. So, and if Gerrit Cole pitches well tomorrow and then Hill comes and pitches well, it's a different feeling in the Yankees clubhouse, a different feeling in the Yankee fan world. So, but I definitely wanted to break this news and share it with you because it is at least an encouraging part of this depressing last couple days with the Yankees. So, let's stay tuned, guys. But let me know what you think. If you're happy or excited, who do you think should be the other person? Should it be Greg Allen? Should it be someone else? I don't know that Clark Schmidt he's just been way too inconsistent. So I don't know if he's the right guy to call up. But there's another guy down there. Starts with A and it rhymes with Adam Warren. They haven't called him up. He's another reliable guy. So he's been reliable for the Yankees for years. They traded him. He's come back. He keeps coming back to the Yankees. He's been a dependable guy here. So there's no reason he should be toiling around at AAA either. I mean, why not call him up? He's a veteran. He knows how to play with the Yankees. And he can give guys a break too. And he can throw multiple innings. So we have a guy there who can do it too. So if you're going to call up a second arm, maybe it should be Adam Warren to go with Luis Hill. If you're not, you're going to call up a batter, my opinion, it should be Greg Allen because of his versatility, because he plays all three outfield positions, because he's a switch hitter, because he's fast, because he's another version of Tyler Wade. And having two of those guys, they can wreak havoc on the base paths. They can do a lot of things. They can cover a lot of ground in the infield and the outfield. So it gives the power boppers a little bit more of a versatile look, and I think this offseason they obviously need to go after more contact hitters, but to give this lineup some balance. But right now, it should be Greg Allen if you're going to pick an offensive guy. If you're going to pick two pitchers, it should be Hill and Adam Warren. I don't know anybody else who would make any sense at this point to come up. If you're going to call up Severino, he's got to be in the bullpen, like I said. But I don't know if he's going to be called up yet. I don't think he's got 1 year left on a 4-year, $40 million extension. Almost 3 years of them have been wasted because of injuries and setbacks. So at this point, I don't think it's smart to put him back in the starting rotation. Put him in a bullpen, let him dominate. If he dominates really really well, he can have some serious trade value next season as well. So just the way of looking at it. But you put him in a position to be as dominant as possible, and I think right now it's going to be in the bullpen. So especially if the Yankees go out and get more starting pitching this offseason, that's the way to do it. So give me your feedback, guys. We'll talk to you then.